Gainbridge Assist powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist powered by Parity.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Ugh. Talk about encapsulating everything that went awry for that offense last night. Yuck edition. The wise man, one Mark Gerald Tauscher, said it best. Right now, I'm paraphrasing because I can't find the direct quote. Right now, the Packers have a championship caliber defense. And they may not even have a playoff caliber offense. Did I come close, Jesse?
Playoff qualifying is what he went with.
Okay. All right.
Night.
I was close. I was close. Trying to do it from memory. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Of course, everything you need on the all-new, all redesigned, all customizable, and all free ESPN Wisconsin app. Or if you don't want to use that, I learned yesterday, you go to ESPNWisconsin.com, it'll take you to the desktop version. But you can find the app for your Android or Apple iPhone in the app stores. I'm Chase Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from back in his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How's it going for you?
I'm tired, man. Tired. I don't know. What time did you jump on the post-game show last night?
1:30. Went to bed at 3:12.
Okay. So Home Slice put in some hours last night, and fans were fired up, as you can imagine.
I've heard that.
And I'm just really confused. Like, I guess I'm just confused.
Okay. Let me try and clear that up.
I didn't realize our defense is as good. Looking back, after the first couple weeks, I thought, and then the Dallas game, I thought I crowned him too early. Mm-hmm. I maybe crowned him too high. Like I tried to put him in 85 Bears and that. Okay, I pulled back. This defense is good enough to win a championship. We saw that again last night. Philly's offense looked just as bad as our offense did.
True. Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have any injuries that they dealt with. Other Lane Johnson obviously got hurt for part of the game. Came back. Our offense, how much of this was we don't know what to do without Tucker? We don't have Dobbs for this, a chunk of the second half. We don't have Jaden Reed. How much of it's that, and how much of it is just I don't know how good we are. And I think our O-line has struggled. And I've been kind of going back and forth because, one of the fun things for me to do the postgame is you can kind of let your emotions out as a fan, and I can too because I am a fan. Mm-hmm. And I did. Mm-hmm. And then you look at it and you think the next morning, you're like, all right, Did I overreact at all in saying that the offense stunk last night? No, I didn't overreact. The offense stunk last night. Are we going to get any better? I had 100 things kind of going through my mind, and the bottom line is I think we're finding out where we're at as a football team, and I think it's kind of what we saw the last couple weeks. That's what I think we are. I think we're going to have to win games against good teams. We're going to have to win games ugly. And our defense, as I said after week 1, and I thought maybe I was a little premature, this team's going to go as far as our defense takes us, and I still think they can take us. It's whether or not we can get anything functioning offensively on any type of consistent basis. The good news is I'm not looking for 2011. I'm not looking for 2016 Green Bay Packers offense. We don't need that. We just need to be incrementally better, and last night we weren't. So I am going to be okay. I had some people text me like, are you all right? You seemed all disjointed and disgruntled last night. No, I was frustrated.
Wow.
Like I think a lot of us fans are. So I'm going to be all right, and I think this team is still going to be all right. But I understand why people don't think that's the case. And normally I would say, you got take a beat. No, you don't need to take a beat. They need to get better. And Matt LaFleur's got to get his blank together and figure out what this offense can do so they can score some points, because this defense, you're going to be very disappointed. This defense can be very disappointed if you can't.
So I'm going to agree with you, but I'm going to phrase it differently. The Packers are going to go only as far as their offense allows them to, because I agree. Their defense is clearly good enough. Now, have they had some hiccups of their own? Of course they have. Well, I think there's been moments in other games where you've thought, okay, that's concerning, right? I mean, the fact that they allowed an offense with a pop gun armed Bryce Young quarterback throw for 102 yards and still beat you. I understand the offense was a factor in that, but they did allow 163 rushing yards to a team you knew was going to run on you. I mean, they deserve criticism for that.
A little bit, but if you're going to make me get mad about giving up 250 yards total in an offensive football game and give up 16 points, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be outraged about that.
I'm not asking you to be outraged.
Well, okay. All right, that's fair.
I thought the best crystallization of where this team is at came from Jordan Love, who is not always the most quotable quarterback I've covered. As a defense, they definitely have every reason to look at us and say, what are you guys doing? You guys need to figure it out and help us and put up some more points, because they're doing a great job. Yeah. Jordan, I salute you. Last night was salute to service. I salute you for acknowledging the obvious. Your offense stinks.
So, Jason, when you asked Jordan a follow-up on that, which I know you did, why is this the case?
I did. Well, it wasn't a follow-up. I asked it earlier in the press conference because he gave, as he is wont to do, we got to go back to the drawing board, and we got to.
Well, LaFleur was at the drawing board for half the game. That gif of him sitting on the equipment booth writing out plays.
We saw him live.
That is not a good look,
board,
man.
Yeah.
So all right. So
we got to get rid of the drawing board. Let's get a tablet and stay so we can watch the game. I don't want a drawing board anymore, man. We're in 2025, bro. Continue.
There's a lot to unpack there, so let me hit the pause button, and let's talk about that optic first. We'll get back to Jordan Love's answer, because I have never, and in fairness, and you know this, I don't watch a lot of other games in my free time, but I watch, I think, a fair amount. Like, I have all of the primetime games on when I'm writing. instead of watching Law and Order. Or the Edmund Fitzgerald documentary that Channel 6 in Milwaukee
Unless
created.
Good Night America is on, and you watch George Stephanopoulos close that up.
George is never up against a game because on the weekends, their Sunday edition, he's not on it.
Okay.
I've never seen Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan or any of these guys in the back of the bench area leaning on like the Gatorade refrigerator or whatever the heck he was leaning on, looking over the tablet and with his play sheet. And unless I was misseeing that optic, with his back to the playing field, right? That was right. Right?
Yeah.
He was
not leaning up against it.
Yeah.
By himself. He didn't have a clue what was going on the other side of it.
Nope.
That is the definition of a bad look. And I did not I have not seen that before. And LaFleur is not scheduled to talk today. That is not unusual for a Tuesday after a Monday game. But that needs to be addressed. I've seen him sitting on the bench with Jordan before.
Yeah.
But I've seen lots of head coaches do that, right? That's not unusual. But back turned to the game action, that I had not seen.
And we saw a little bit. It was not good. And we saw a little bit of whiny Matt, last night too, which I thought we had graduated from that.
Oh, what do you mean?
Where he was like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Where did you see him?
He's disgruntled about Jordan missing, I think, Wicks or somebody on a dig route. Yeah, it's a bad night for Matt LaFleur. I said that. It's been a bad couple weeks for Matt. He's got to get his blank together offensively because I don't even know. Like, how much is he involved in the defense? Jeff Hafley's done a hell of a job. I mean, for all the people that are, and there is a lot, as I said on the postgame show last night, the noise around Matt LaFleur isn't going to die down.
No.
It ain't getting quieter.
No.
Last night was a bad night for Matt.
It was. Mm-hmm.
And this offense.
Undeniably.
So what did Jordan say? Because I am curious. Would I love to see some tempo? And the one time they went tempo, did they score a touchdown?
Yep.
That was what was kind of infuriating to me. Because
you're the first person I thought
me,
of.
who hasn't been in that locker room in 15, I've never been in the new locker room.
True.
15 years.
It's on the same.
If I know that you should do this, and it's a good mixer, you should too. Last night was tailor-made for that, and they didn't. And when they did, and now you could say, well, Philly was playing softer. Yeah, maybe a little bit. What did Jordan Love have to say? Why have they been so stinky?
Yeah. Also, and I'll get to this too. I can't remember. I'll be honest with you, it's all a blur. I don't know if it was me or not at this point. Also followed up on, you guys went tempo on your one touchdown drive. Is that something you need to do more of? But he had delivered kind of his. Which of his answers do you want me to get to first?
Well, you just brought this back up, so obviously this one's first, and then Jordan's second.
Oh, they're both from Jordan. I
thought you asked LaFleur. Okay.
No. All right. So we asked about the faster tempo, and he said, at times I think it's necessary, and we've done some good things when we get on the ball and go fast. At the same time, if you go quick and you can't get a first down, that's a quick way to get off the field and put the defense back out there. So I think we've done some good things when we need to have it in situations, and sometimes it isn't good enough. So we'll see if we keep doing it. So, again, that we all know that's the peril of going quick, is that if you throw 3 quick incompletions, your series is over. I get it. But it sure looked to me like that was when they actually got some semblance of a rhythm offensively. Now, he delivered these, it's definitely frustrating. We're in a funk. We got to go back to the drawing board. And I said, yeah, I get all that, Jordan, but what exactly is wrong with the offense?
Yeah, great question.
Thanks. We're not getting any consistency right now. Now, again, when people say that, what I want to say is, well, why are you inconsistent? We know inconsistency is the problem. What is the cause of the problem? Now, I think we have a theory on that, at least where it starts, and we'll get to that coming up. We'll have a good play here, and then we'll have a negative play, whether it's a turnover, a penalty, a drop, a sack. Yeah, those are all things that are happening. Like, is that lack of focus? Is that lack of execution? Are they bad play calls? I'm sure all of those things are factoring in, but there are no clear-cut answers, and I appreciate him trying to actually answer the question, but he was unable to do so. Now, tell me if I'm wrong about this, because, look, it's everybody. The quarterback dropping balls as receivers, but to me, it all starts, and this is my bias, I'm sure, it all starts with the offensive line. They had another one of those where Josh Jacobs has the ball on a handoff, and Aaron Banks runs past the guy who's going to end up tackling him for a 2-yard loss to go block someone else. Now, I don't know if Aaron Banks is blocking the proper person and someone else is supposed to block the guy that's not blocked at all, but I know this. The guy that's not blocked at all is supposed to be blocked by someone.
That is true.
And there's so much of that in the run game. And on top of that, Next Gen Stats had Jordan Love having been pressured on 42% of his dropbacks last night. And I didn't see a particularly extensive blitz package being used by Vic Fangio. And they had one dude that just got here from Miami like 4 days ago. So you tell me, is it fair to say that while there are all kinds of issues, that it really does, as the old cliche goes, start up front?
It always starts up front. And I think, we've heard many commentators, both nationally, obviously Bulaga, myself, have this discussion that this group has not been very good. And part of it's been inconsistency. Part of it's been that they haven't been playing together. Part of it's guys haven't played as well as we'd hoped. Mm-hmm. So when you don't have that, I thought last night needed to be that barometer game. And unfortunately, as it was cold and the temperatures dropped, we're not up to par on the barometer yet either. We are who we are, and that is a very average offensive football team. And it stems from the fact that we aren't great protecting the quarterback. We've done some good things. Josh Jacobs had some big chunk runs last night, but he had too many lost yardage runs as well.
Right.
And then you factor in you can't continue to have penalties on big plays, and you wonder how you are an inconsistent offense. It's because you continue to kick yourself, you shoot yourself in the foot, you kick yourself in the butt, whatever you want to say, and that doesn't allow you to be consistent on offense. There were drops there because everybody's coming at Jordan in a pretty big way. I'm not going to be as hard on Jordan. Obviously, you can't make the turnover. It can't happen. Mm-hmm. And he has one of those or two of those a game, it feels like. But it just feels like last night, Matt LaFleur didn't let it rip. He should have had that conversation he had with him in Pittsburgh pregame a couple of years ago. And just let it go. Because Jordan Love has shown that he can do that. He's going to make mistakes. It is. That's just how it is. But you have this defense now that can erase some mistakes. The last thing you want to do is be all, like Tommy Boy. It's all in here. Let Jordan – you trust Jordan Love. Let him go hunt. Don't just put him in his what?
Does he trust Jordan Love?
Not last night he didn't.
No, he definitely didn't. So I want to get to calls, but Jesse, I would ask you, I asked specifically about let it rip to both LaFleur and to Love. So I would like to hear Tausch, instead of me reading those, I would like Tausch to hear those and see what he thinks of the responses, because I could not be in more agreement with you on that. Like, look, if you're going to lose, then go down swinging, right? And this is the worst their offense has looked since the pre-let-it-rip proclamation going into that Pittsburgh game, which they lost in 2023. But it was a palpable change in approach, right?
Well, I thought maybe it was weather. I wasn't there. Fortunately, boy, am I glad some stuff came up and I couldn't go, because that was not a great game to watch, and I was glad to be doing it in the nice warm confines of my home.
Well,
but
the food from Bucket Honey's was really good, though. It was just really cold. It was cold. It was the first really cold game of the year.
So it was not windy. It was not terribly. It was just cold.
In the press box, it was a little chilly. I thought they could have turned the heat up a little.
Get your breakfast omelet and everything else. It's time to you need to let Jordan Love go. You got to let it rip, and he is not doing that. So right now you're getting the worst of both worlds. You're playing super tight, and then what happens when you do let him go? He feels like it's, well, if I don't do it here, I'm going to get pulled back in. And you don't want you don't want your star.
Yep.
Exactly. So it's like anything in life. The more you do something, the better you get, and the more you trust. And in this case, when you start restricting, what happens? You then force it. And then when you get that opportunity,
Bennett tell us? Hold on loosely.
Hold on loosely, baby. Don't let go. But I would say hold on loosely and let go.
Nailed it. Yeah, I love it. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I was just so excited that we're on the same page there.
That's okay. I'm all right.
I will not step on you when you talk about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And when it comes to your home, the smart play is to trust your star quarterback and also trust Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. This month, score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with zero interest for up to 72 months. That is like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable, thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of those drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Here's what we're going to do. I know we've got a lot of calls and texts piling up already on the Carbless Talking text line. This is one of those days that if I wasn't tired and grouchy and Tausch didn't have other stuff to do, we could go like 6 hours of Wilde and Tausch. We're not going to do that. We have other programs. You can also call them.
We'll go 3.
We will definitely go another 2:37. But before we get to those calls, I do want Tausch to hear the answers to the Let It Rip, both from LaFleur and from Love, and diagnose how he views those answers. Then we'll get to your calls and your texts on the Carbless Talking text line. So get in the queue now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Are you looking for a way to make an impact this holiday season? Donate to Life Navigators Soap Suds Drive. It's simple. Your donation of body wash, hand soap, lotion, or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay safe, happy, and healthy all year. Please consider donating this holiday season to the Life Navigators Soap Suds Drive. Learn more on how you can donate at lifenavigators.org. Life Navigators has been your disability partner for 75 years. Learn more at lifenavigators.org.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is senior Lauren McCullough from Menominee High School. Lauren captured the 2025 WIAA Division I Girls Cross Country State Championship, setting a new state meet record third with a time of 17 minutes and 26.4 seconds. She finished 15 seconds ahead of the runner-up, becoming Menominee's first ever cross-country state champion. Her title caps an impressive climb over the past 3 seasons, finishing 10th at state in 2023, 6th in 2024, and now taking home top billing in 2025. McCullough's victory also earned her recognition as the Wisconsin Cross Country Coaches Association Runner of the Year, along with first-team All-State honors. Congrats to senior Lauren McCullough, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th,
which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination,
the Tundra Trio.
3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper.
Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Hey Milwaukee, it's Jen Latta. Closets by Design Milwaukee is launching a holiday food drive to support families impacted by the government shutdown. Doug and Cindy Gower, the local family behind Closets by Design, are challenging the community to pack the van, feed a fam by filling a delivery van with food, toiletries, and donations for local families in need. Drop off items now through November 30th at 6040 West Executive Drive in Mequon. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Together, we can make sure no family goes hungry this holiday season. Shop Closets by Design today and make a difference.
We see you out there gearing up for the cold weather ahead. From home winterization to vehicle maintenance, insulated apparel, and more, Blaine's Farm and Fleet has what you need for the season at unbeatable value. Like $200 instant savings on all Cub Cadet snow throwers, 15% off Red Devil paint, stripping, and sanding accessories, and 8 packs of Energizer AA or AAA batteries, just $8.99. Find the value you need to get ready for winter your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I got myself a notion and one I know that you'll understand.
All right, we'll get to your calls coming up, but I do want to hear Tausch's thoughts on these answers. First, here is Matt LaFleur when I ask him, and tell him right from the jump, if I'm misguided, feel free to tell me, but this is as bad as your offense has been since the first half of 2023 is the time to tell them to let it rip. Here's Matt LaFleur.
And if this is totally off base, tell me. But I don't feel like your offense has struggled to this degree since the first half of 23 when Jordan was first starting out as the starter. And then you told him he had to let it rip, and then you said you had to let it rip as a play caller. With the way defenses are playing you, can you do that and be a little more, I guess, aggressive or whatever it might be to try and get something going, or is that an unrealistic idea?
Yeah, I mean, it takes every facet to open things up, and until we, do a better job, like really in every phase of the game when it comes to offense, it's going to be a struggle. So we got to coach better, we got to play better.
Not a great answer.
No. Whole idea is to get good answers,
right? Is that?
Yeah.
That means your question sucked.
Yeah.
I thought your question was good. though. I legit, I tell you, you obviously know. I would tell you
I'm aware.
Stunk.
Yes. So
he doesn't have an answer, is what
correct.
that tells me.
That is exactly what the point is there. Thank you.
And then I hear Josh Jacobs quotes afterwards, like he's sick of talking about it. He doesn't have any answers. That's obviously concerning. Josh Jacobs was a dog last night. Matter of fact, I think he got dog of the game. I gave it to Edgerrin Cooper just because of that great punch-out. Bam! And the big play. Otherwise, Lord knows what that game looks like last night if they don't stop that. Here's the deal. I think if you're looking at this and you could say, well, you don't have Tucker. Oh, my gosh, Jaden Reed. And now we don't know if Romeo Dobbs is going to be able to play. And we don't have the weapons. You did this with guys that were less proven than the guys you have. Less experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I always look at it from a standpoint of, what do you have to lose? You scored 20 points in the last 8 quarters at Lambeau Field. You scored 20 points in the last 8 quarters at Lambeau.
One gosh darn hit.
What do we have to lose than say, let's let our $55 million quarterback, let him go, and let's see what happens. If he has some, he turns the ball over doing it this way when you put him in a little cocoon. So just let him go. Let this thing go. And your defense is good enough to hold the fort, to make plays. They need to continue to build off of creating turnovers. So here's my solution, because I don't want to sit here and be that guy. Oh, they stink. I don't have any tempo, and let Jordan eat. I haven't come up with an acronym yet. I'll figure one out before Sunday. But you have to start using some tempo, and you have to let Jordan eat. So, Jesse, I'll let you work on the acronym for that. That's what needs to happen. And you know what? If that doesn't work, well, then we're screwed. You know what I mean? Then it's over. Then offensively, we're in big trouble. Because we've tried to do the run the football, and we don't have play-action pass. And if we do have one, we don't know how to line up, and they call a flag on it. So it's time to say, what we're doing ain't working. We need a different approach. And maybe that's what LaFleur was doing on that little pad last night. And maybe he'll have the answers come Sunday up in New York.
I asked Jordan Love the same question. Let's see if I got a better answer from him.
Consistency.
You know, with Rob's question about 23, Matt said, let it rip, right? And that's when you took off that year, and he kind of let it rip as a play caller. Can you do that, or is the way teams are playing you with the soft zone stuff predicated on you got to get the running game going first before you can start letting it rip throwing it?
Yeah, it's all of that. You know, we got to find ways to attack the coverages we're getting, and find ways to keep, like I said before, finding plays that are working against that stuff, and keep building upon that. But obviously, the run game. I think we did some good things tonight, and then it's the same thing like I said before. There's just plays that go backwards and aren't helping us, and then we can't overcome those things. But we definitely got to find ways. It's 2 weeks in a row, kind of the similar style of defense. We got to find answers for it.
The best 3 words he said was attack the coverages. I want to ask you about this because that wasn't much more helpful than LaFleur's answer. But
no,
we're acting, and I'm part of this. I acknowledge that. We're acting like the soft zone, 2 safeties back, keep everything in front of you is some sort of kryptonite for the offense, and that there's nothing you can do about it. You just throw, hey, we just got to dink and dunk. That's all we can do. You know who ran an offense this way, or defense this way? Joseph Berry.
Yeah.
Who was subsequently fired. So, obviously, there are ways to attack it more effectively than the Packers currently are, right?
Well, and here's the deal, and this is what Jordan was alluding to, and he's not going to throw anybody under the bus, but when we would play the Chicago Bears with Favre or Rodgers, they'd sit in too high, and they would say, run the football. And if you did, then you force us to come out of it, and some games you would, some games you wouldn't. And they're kind of dictating you need to run the ball. You got a light box, and you're playing that high shell. You have to run the football. And Green Bay ran it, but Jordan's point there, if you get one 3-yard loss or you get a penalty, all of a sudden, and this is why you play those defenses, because you don't think this offense is consistent enough to beat you. And guess what? Carolina was right. So was Philadelphia. And you know what happens? You force teams to prove that they're not right. I would bet, I don't know who New York's defensive coordinator is. I would bet New York is going to say, you know what, we should try something different. No, let's do the same thing these guys did because they scored 20 points in 2 weeks. So eventually, this group is so inconsistent that they'll either get in the red zone, miss a kick, or turn it over, or, all right, they'll take a field goal. Or they're going to have a penalty, or they're going to have a drop, or they're going to have a lost yardage run. Somebody's going to get beat on a run play, and we'll get off the field because they're just not consistent enough to do anything. And unfortunately, these people have been proven correct. So until you prove to everybody else that this doesn't work, you're going to see a lot more of it.
Shane Bowen is the New York Giants defensive coordinator. So he was previously in that job for the Tennessee Titans. Mike Kafka, who had been the offensive coordinator, will be the interim head coach. And as we discussed yesterday, when Brian Daboll was fired, there will be some sort of bump, presumably. The Packers are much better off when they get people fired, right? With like they did it with Bum Phillips' kid, Wade Phillips. They did it with Chili now. There was a period there where they were getting a lot of people fired.
Bum Phillips has been dead for a while. Wade Phillips hasn't coached in years. I just get a kick out of when you say, "Oh, that's Bum Phillips' kid." The guy's 70 years old.
It took. I was.
You know what I mean?
Like buying some time trying to think of his name.
Wade Phillips is a pretty old guy.
hadn't thought about Wade Phillips. His Twitter handle.
That's Jack Buffett. That's it's Jack Buffett's kid. Oh, Warren. No, he's 98.
Was Warren Buffett's dad named Jack? Do you know that? That's impressive.
I don't know, but if Warren Buffett wrote an unbelievable note yesterday, everybody should read, by the way.
I thought Jack Buck's kid had a pretty good call of the game last night.
In fairness, Wade Phillips' Twitter handle is son of bum. I was trying to get to Wade. It took me a second. I'm a little sleepy today.
Am I crazy to think that everybody on ESPN last night was selling us that this was compelling? Like that first half was compelling football? They kept using, and it wasn't just Troy and Joe.
Scoreless.
Van Pelt jumps on and starts saying compelling, and I'm thinking to myself, son of a gun, you can get brainwashed quick. That wasn't compelling football. Son of a bum.
Well, you can also get brainwashed by your big national bank and thinking you're happy there, but you're not. You know you're not. Just like I wasn't with a unnamed big national bank. So what did I do? Over a decade ago now, we made the switch to Associated Bank. Best decision we could have made. You know what I always say? It's not branches that make a bank local. It's roots. And the roots of Associated Bank are deep in Wisconsin. They were there when the Packers began. And they're there now when the Packers are going back to the drawing board. Most importantly, they have the best customer service in the industry, and they've got the awards to prove it. So whether you need early pay from your employer, whether you need credit monitoring so you know you're ready for that big purchase, or you need fraud protection like I did when someone tried to steal my information, Associated Bank's got your back. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. All right, to the phone lines we go. And Mark Tauscher is tweeting, so you know something is on his mind. 844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Liz is more. We want to get to more calls.
I wanted to put free Havrasik because that's a part of this story that is completely under-talked about.
I'm totally with you, and we will hope. I am sure. By the way, Warren Buffett's dad's name was Howard. I'm being told in the YouTube comments. Howard Buffett. My hope is that one of our calls will address the kicking situation, but we'll get to your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and zero interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Losing to the Dolphins is a fireable offense. The interesting thing about it, coming off of the trade deadline, the fact that the Buffalo Bills stood pat, that tells us that the general manager, Brandon Beane, thinks that this roster is good enough for this team to compete for a title. And the fact that you fell so far short of the mark after having the highest of highs this season and beating the Kansas City Chiefs is an indictment on the head coach. Sure, it's an indictment on the players that are involved, and the guys between the white lines are the ones that are ultimately got to get it done. But if you're Sean McDermott, the fact that your team not only lost to the Miami Dolphins, but got boat raced by a team that is essentially given up, a team that fired their general manager, a team that has a head coach and the quarterback on the hot seat, the fact that you got embarrassed by them, the fact that this game wasn't competitive, that's a referendum on you, sir.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, straight to the Carbless Talk and text line we go. 844-770-3776. Wow, a double Brandon to start us off. Let's start first with Brandon in Maryland. Brandon, good morning. Packers lose 10-7 to the Eagles. What's on your mind?
Hey, good morning, Jason and Mark. Good talking to you guys again. Not sure if you guys remember me, but I called in before after the Browns game and kind of gave a little bit of a long rant there. But everything I said pretty much since then has pretty much been vindicating me. I mean, I wanted to bring up some especially some specific points of you guys. So I think they're very important to address about the franchise as a whole and organization now. But I wanted to get you guys' viewpoints on how much do you guys think the problem is of Matt LaFleur's play calling versus the schemes and personnel in the roster that Goody, the scouting department, and the player personnel put together.
So I'm glad you asked that, because that was the discussion a group of us were having after LaFleur spoke last night, because Matt Schneidman of The Athletic asked him if he felt like he was coaching for his job. And we all agreed, and Tausch, off of Brandon's question, this is what I want to ask you, because it's all those things, right? The roster's part of it, the schemes maybe have gotten a little stale and he needs to freshen them up, and then his play calling decisions and his reluctance to let Jordan Love cook, as it were, is also a factor. But it's all about Matt LaFleur at the moment in terms of narratives. And my question for you, Tausch, as a Goody stan, is it possible that we have over-evaluated the quality of talent on this team? Is it possible they're not as good of actual players as we have thought they were? Because I have been in the same spot, believing that they've got a bunch of really good players and they're not putting them in the right parts, but right spots. But maybe I've over-evaluated, and I'm the Goody critic. What do you think?
So I think it's a great question. Thanks for the call, Brandon. Offensively, when you take your best player out of the equation in Tucker Kraft, we probably should show more grace towards adjusting to that. And I didn't last night because I believed that there was enough talent. The wide receivers, when Christian Watson played defensive back on a ball that he should have went and caught.
And it hit him in the helmet.
Listen, man, I love Christian Watson. I love everything that he's about. I think he works hard. I think he's a great teammate. I think he's got world-class speed. That spatial awareness, both him and Musgrave, I think they don't have great spatial awareness. I thought Watson was getting better. And then last night, that's a big play. Now, he did use his noggin to not let him get it intercepted, so I'll give him a little bit of credit. But I don't know how good this wide receiving core is. Nobody has elevated themselves to being that guy. We got a lot of Gunters. We don't have a ton of Jennifer Anistons right now. Now, Matthew Golden was not available last night. That obviously was, disappointing. Jaden Reed, who coming into this season was the one guy I thought was for sure going to get a contract extension.
Huh?
He's been unavailable for a while. So when you take your number one pick and your number one receiver, at least receptions-wise, and then your guy that you count on the most misses part of the second half, I don't know how you can judge that. I think there is enough talent. And I've seen glimpses that would tell me there is. You have a all-pro running back. You have a quarterback you felt very comfortable in paying $55 million to. You have the best tight end in football that unfortunately is not going to be here the rest of this season. And then you have a lot of nice parts with a lot of potential. Some of that potential is not getting realized. And the fact that you had to put Bo Melton out there in critical spots yesterday tells me that the depth wasn't where it needs to be. And that's not, you thought you got 5 or 6 guys battling for spots and you get a couple of injuries, and this is what happens in this league. So I'm not going to surprise you by saying I put this more at the footstep of design and figuring out how to get guys open. And by the way, there are some drops but it's the overall thing. You're asking a lot when you continuously are sitting in a 3rd and 8+ because of penalties and drops. And your offensive line, if I want to get after Goody, it would be on that front. Because the Aaron Banks signing has not looked great. On November 10th, 11th, I guess today is, that has not been a great signing. You overpaid, and you did some complete reconfigurating. The middle part of this offensive line has not been good enough this season. And now Elton Jenkins is going to be out. Elton Jenkins might be out for a while, maybe the season. A broken leg. I don't know how that. I don't know how that will all shake out, but he'll for certainly be gone a month. And now you got Sean Ryan. And then guess what? What happens if something happens to Sean Ryan? Monk?
It's time for Monk. Tony Shalhoub.
Then you can really start getting after Brian Gutekunst and saying, you didn't get it right on the offensive line. And if you don't get it right on the offensive line, it makes it very difficult for you to function as an offense. So we'll see. You have young pieces that you feel good about. But as of right now, I don't think anybody can sit here and say that this offensive line that Brian Gutekunst, I think, wisely thought needed to get stronger, bigger, and tougher. I'm not sure they've accomplished that up to this point.
Let's get to one more call before the break. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the carbless talk and text line. Less is more. Let's go to Brandon numero dos. Let's go to Brandon in Tulsa. Brandon, good morning.
Tulsa, let's go.
How are things in Oklahoma?
Not too bad. Weather's finally starting to feel like fall. We're usually mowing and sweat in October while you guys are watching the leaves change up in the north part of the country.
So. They are beautiful as they fall to the ground screaming, "Give me chlorophyll!" What do you got?
Okay, so a couple points here. You know, with each week that goes by, I'm more and more convinced that Matt really isn't a head coach as a play caller. When it comes to managing a team, I don't think he's very good at it. That's why the kicker situation was so mismanaged and why this team has been so sloppy and penalty-ridden for the last 3 years. He doesn't have Rodgers and Adams and Aaron Jones, Bakhtiari, Mercedes Lewis, all those guys and vets to manage the team and take care of the young guys. You know, his best years in terms of offensive output were all with Rodgers, and I think it's because all he had to worry about was play calling. He didn't have to worry about managing a young team and taking care of the little details because the vets did that for him. And now with all those guys gone, it's this giant mismanaged mess. And my second point would be, you know, what are the odds that Jordan and Matt simply don't work well together? Rodgers had a very OCD and emotional nature like Matt, and it worked really well with those two guys because they were very similar. They're both, you know, perfectionists who wear their emotions on their sleeves. Jordan is much more emotionally reserved and much more of a risk taker than Rodgers was. And I honestly think Matt hates that, which is why people are constantly saying, does he trust Jordan Love? I think he likes his arm, and, like, there's not a physical distrust. I think Matt hates Jordan's nature as a player, and he can't change Jordan's nature as a player. So he just has to try to call and run the offense in a way that mitigates Jordan's risky style. And I just personally don't think they make a good fit 3 years in. I think the Goody, LaFleur, and Love era might come to a much closer end than we thought it would.
I think that now I would disagree with you on the first part of that. I think Rodgers just overruled him and audibled a bunch and just did whatever the hell he wanted to. And I don't think that he had a sufficient level of respect for Matt LaFleur. That would be my opinion on that. But the second half of your argument, I agree with. Like I think it's very clear that for whatever reason, the head coach does not want to let the quarterback let it rip. Back to our earlier point. Whether that's he thinks he's too risk-takey, whether he thinks he's going to make a mistake. I mean, I understand you're trying to avoid the sack on that fumble, but what was that? I mean, that was That was a bad decision by Jordan Love. I understand why he tried to make that play, but that was, the ball, that was not good. That was not just like a punch out. That was ineptitude by him. And I think he would acknowledge that. So, Brandon, I appreciate the call. I think you make a good point. Tausch, do you think that there is a level of a bad fit between the coach and the style of play that the quarterback has? Because Rodgers, as we talked about many times, was a deodorant. Whatever area of your team stunk, he covered it up, including if it was play calling. Am I wrong?
Well, it depends when you want to make that claim. I do wonder, Matt LaFleur's got there's a couple of things with Matt, and this is where I discussed this last night. The Josh Jacobs component to this, too. I think Matt LaFleur has certain ways he wants to do things, and when you have to go gun and do as much duo and stuff, I don't think that's not the way he wants to go about his business, but he's trying to adjust to his players' strengths. And I don't think he's figured out the formula yet for what unlocks Jordan Love. And Jordan has not given him enough confidence to let him do that on a consistent basis, because once you start feeling it, obviously the back end of his first season as a starter, you thought they had it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they changed some things around. And things change, and you have to adjust because teams are going to do things differently. And it just doesn't feel like there's times that you find that rhythm. But for whatever reason, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love have not been consistent together enough to make this thing be what you hope it would be, and that's a championship caliber offense.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We'll get to more of your calls after Tausch tells us about Doug and all the great team at Kohler Services.
Oh, it is a great team, and we have a lot of fun. We had a great demo this last year with that great contest that we had. Fun year with Kohler Services, family-owned business. 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. And this month only, $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. You visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote. And as always, fast professional installation is always included. Again, go over to KohlerServicesWI.com.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th,
which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination,
the Tundra Trio.
3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper.
Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
A father faces homelessness. A mother is hospitalized, and there's no one to watch their children. La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center is the only free 24/7 crisis nursery in Milwaukee. It's a safe and nurturing place for children aged 0 to 12 to stay while their parents work to regain stability and strength. Your generosity keeps the doors open, so join them at Facts and Familia Trivia Night on November 19th. All proceeds support La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center. Get tickets and learn more at lacausa.org.
It's back Black Friday at Wilde Automotive Group, and it's our biggest event yet. Shop vehicles with up to $10,000 off, or 0% financing, or 0 down. We'll do whatever it takes to move all remaining 2025s. Our biggest savings of the year, lowest interest rates, maximum trade values, and huge selection. Black Friday is back now at every Ewald location.
On select models with approved credit offers cannot be combined. See deal for details. Expires a month end.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Back to the Carbless Talking text line we go. Let's go to Dick in Iowa. Dick, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Your thoughts?
Good morning, guys. Well, my thoughts is, first of all, I'm 68, so most of your callers probably don't remember times outside of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
We're big with we're big with folks in your demographic, and I'm getting perilously close to it, so we're all good.
We're all good. Yeah, but all my years of listening to all the sports radio in Wisconsin is the fact that people don't know what it was like without Favre and Rodgers, so all they're thinking about is what we're not getting. But I look at it differently. Every weekend I look at as parity is the fact that it's just one weekend at a time, and I will predict right now we'll be on top of the North after next weekend. And that each weekend is a time, and I understand you need to do what you do because you do a great job, the weeds and the nuts and the bolts, but I'm just saying the stuff you're talking about we can't control. We need to trust who controls that, and I do. And we still control our own destiny. I'd rather be where we're at than a team that can't control their own destiny. And we control our own destiny with the rest of the year. And I just want to say, great job, guys. I enjoy listening to you every day. And even if I don't get to listen to you, I'll plug. I listen to you on Odyssey and YouTube all the time.
Let's go.
Well, thank you, Dick.
All right.
Yeah, I look, the season is not over. Not called on account of rain. They have time to fix it. But I think our job here is to look. The last 2 games are not in anywhere close to the same zip code as acceptable. And the question we're looking for is why?
Offensively.
Yes, yes, for certain. There are 3 losses this season. They allowed 13 points to Kansas City, 16 points to Carolina, and 10 points to Philadelphia. In what world does a Green Bay Packers team, to Dick's point, that has had Favre and Rodgers for 30 years, and then has Jordan Love, who got a $225 million contract, in what world do you lose games where you hold the opponent to 16, 13, and 10 points if you're the Green Bay Packers?
Jason,
that's the problem.
I tried to forewarn people as this season was going. And early in the year, if you remember, and you didn't push back a ton, but to Dick and to a lot of our older audience, they understand because they've lived through some stuff.
Yeah.
The Jesse Nelsons of the world know nothing but Hall of Fame quarterback play and some games where your offense is a little stinky, but you never have a series of rot. It's always the offense is great. Oh, come on, can we please get a defense that can make a stop? Well, we have the defense.
No, it's true.
And I think there is a mindset that we are given, I don't know the right word I'm looking for. It's like the birthright given, whatever that word is, of having a great offense and a great Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, that is our birthright. That's the word I was looking for.
Nailed it.
That is, as a Packer fan, a birthright. Thanks for not helping. And
you said the word birthright in the sentence.
Yeah, I was looking for it earlier. Don't fight. I don't want to fight this morning.
Entitled?
I know you're cranky.
What are you looking for?
No, birthright. Birthright was the word I was looking for.
Birthright. You said it yourself.
I don't think. No. Okay. You said Kansas City. It was Cleveland. I didn't correct you, but whatever. I don't want to have to get into this game with you again. The bottom line is, defensively, check the tape. You said Kansas City. Defensively, we are really blanking good. We haven't had a really good defense here in a while. And we always have had at least the stigma that our offense is going to be awesome because we got Favre and we got Rodgers. Oh, and then Jordan Love crushed at the back end of 23. And maybe we have to start understanding maybe Jordan Love's not going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Maybe he's just going to be a nice, good quarterback, which, by the way, is going to be more than enough to win a championship this year if he's a good, nice quarterback. He doesn't need, and I kept saying Clark Kent and Superman, he doesn't need to be Josh Allen. He doesn't need to be Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't need to be Aaron Rodgers, and he doesn't need to be Brett Favre. You can win with him being Matthew Stafford. Now, Stafford's having a great year. You can win with him being a good quarterback, not an all-time great. We are of the belief that we do have all-time great quarterbacks every time we lace them up. And Jordan still might be that, but he's not right now. But we have a dominant defense that shuts down Kansas City / Cleveland to 13 points. That does that to the Carolina Panthers and holds the Philadelphia Eagles team to 10, and we can't win any of those games. So the idea of being a defensive-led football team is a hard thing for some fans to get their head wrapped around. Guys, this is what we're going to be. That doesn't mean our offense can't have some great days, but we're going to win because Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker, that's why we're going to win this year. And it's not going to be because we got a Hall of Fame quarterback spinning it everywhere. And that is okay. What's not okay is being El Stinko and not being able to score more than 7 points. So we have to marry these two things up and understand what is our formula to win. Matt LaFleur wants to throw up 40. Well, you know what? We don't have to unless we're playing the Cowboys.
Can't.
We only have to get 20, and we can. So it's an adjustment for a lot of fans, especially Jelly and younger, that age group, because we do have the birthright thought process of, yeah, we have to have a Hall of Fame quarterback because that's what we do.
We will get to more of your calls. If they don't flub the 4th and inches play with the defender for the Eagles shouting what the play is going to be, If they go down and score and win this game 14-10, I know that's a very large if, obviously.
Yep.
But isn't that the perfect example of they're still just as crummy as they were for most of that game offensively, but the narrative is a 180-degree flip, all because they can't get – that's the margin for error in the NFL. Like you were saying earlier or late last week, well, 6 plays go the other way and we're 10-6. Yeah, welcome to the NFL. That's how it works. But like that especially, and we have not spent much time on that yet because there's so much to get to, but my Lord, when you're running the same play that you've run multiple times when you jump the ball and there's a dude shouting inside zone over here for everyone to hear, including the TV audience at home, that's bad. I don't know much, but I know that's bad. We need to get some more of your calls.
Are Packer fans ready to be led by a defensive front? Are we ready for this? Because that's where we are.
I thought you were going to say be ready to be led by a defensive-minded head coach, which who knows? I don't know what the future holds. Last one, by the way, that the Packers had was Ray Rhodes. I don't think Jeff Hafley's Ray Rhodes, but that's the discussion that's going on in the YouTube comments in Madison right now. What should be discussed is everyone's love of Coors Light. Am I right?
Coors Light. Oh, even with tough losses, you want to tailgate before the game. You want to drown your sorrows after a brutal loss that your offense was a little stinky. Make sure you relax with that. Crack open that Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Make sure you celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Quick survey among the three of us here on the program, based on a conversation occurring in the YouTube commentary. Can we agree we don't want to hire John Gruden as the Packers' next coach?
No. God, no.
I tell you what, man.
That's exactly what I was looking for there, John.
It'd be a pretty bad idea.
Let's get back to the phone lines on the Carbless Talk and text line. What is the allure of
Jason,
him?
how would it be received? And I am not at the point where I'm calling for Matt LaFleur's job, but I think it's very – for everybody that thinks this isn't going to be a conversation piece, they didn't extend him. We had a guy last night, and I text you guys this, that called in, and it was a thoughtful call. He wasn't throwing bombs or anything like that. It was thoughtful. And he said, it feels like Matt LaFleur isn't connected, and he is quiet quit. Quiet quit.
And I didn't know
Jesse,
what that meant.
Jesse knew immediately what quiet quitting meant, right?
But doing it for years.
You keep showing up, you collect checks, and you don't really do anything. That's kind of, Jesse, that's not what you do. But that was kind of the point, and I disagree. I disagreed vehemently with him, but he felt strongly about it. And there is something to be said for when you know someone has bought in and believes in what you're doing compared to let's wait and see. And Ed Policy, let's make no mistake about it, said let's wait and see.
He did.
He did.
Undeniably.
And I don't mind that decision because it's Ed Policy's tenure now, and he has every right to do what he wants. But this whole concept that Green Bay is going to stick with this. If Green Bay doesn't make the playoffs, there's going to be changes. I don't know if that means it'll be Matt LaFleur, but there will be big changes, whether it's the staff or whatnot, because Brian Gutekunst was very clear, and I think Ed Policy with the let's go get Micah Parsons is very clear that we have a sense of urgency. It's got to be done, and we got to move.
Mm-hmm.
Missing a playoffs is not going to be acceptable when you make the type of investments that this group has. So just wanted to drop that in there.
Do you think they will miss the playoffs? They are currently the 7th seed, which is
but
kind of right where
this.
they end up usually.
I'm going to say that I did not think for a minute that we'd ever even have to broach the conversation.
Yep.
And it is definitely a broachable topic.
I was told that the division was over.
I said it wasn't.
No, I
wanted to make sure.
You did.
I know.
No, I said
and
Homer.
I brought that up with Homer last night, and Homer was trying to place wagers over the air that I had to make sure I unsubscribed to. It was all charitable, but I said, just for the record, on our stream, I have nothing to do with any of this. The Green Bay Packers are going to have to be a lot better on offense to make the playoffs. If they perform like that last night, that's it. Then that topic becomes more than broachable.
We worried about 9.5 wins at Hard Rock.
I'm starting to sweat it a little bit. I still think we get to 11.
How's that MVP?
But it is not the lock stock that I thought. Well, MVP was always a flyer. That was a good odds. Let's fly on it. No, it's true. I was hoping. And by the way, if old boy goes on a run here and we end up getting 12 wins, it ain't crazy. Still not crazy, but probably not going to happen.
Let's go back to the phones. 844.
We end up 12-4-1 and is the 1 or 2 seed. And Jordan Love, guys, Jordan Love's numbers are still pretty good. So let's not look at, is it likely? No, but it's not like some crazy, it's not the craziest thing I've heard.
And this is not an indictment of Jordan individually, but the way the offense has functioned over the past weeks to suggest that they're going to go 12-4-1 and he will be in the MVP conversation at season's end. The timing of such a statement feels a little off.
Well, you brought it up. All I'm saying is, remember last week, they never punted. Just for the record.
It's true.
Not one punt. So we act like, we scored a minimal amount of points. It was a bad turnover, a missed field goal. All of that is part of football. But let's not act like last week the offense was completely inept like it was last night. Last night was much more ineptitude than the Carolina game was. Okay? Just want to make sure that we're clear about that.
Couple of nice games down the stretch. Hunter Simmons could be in the Heisman conversation, too.
Wow. Okay.
You're really going to try to make that comp.
Back to the phones. I've lost control of the program. 844-770-3776. Let's go to Ron in Sheboygan. Ron, thanks for holding on. Packers lose to the Eagles 10-7. Your thoughts?
RELAX is my thoughts. I'm like Dick. I'm old enough to remember. I'm old enough to remember just 1 year ago when virtually everybody that covers the National Football League was lauding this head coach and his ability to, quote-unquote, get in his bag, particularly when we took a quarterback by the name of Malik Willis, who had been in the team planning stages for 10 days and went on to win a game. Has he suddenly gone brain dead? I don't think so. Number two, I'm pretty sure that Matt LaFleur, even if you think he's gone brain dead, doesn't draw up plays to have his wide receiver cover a tackle eligible, wiping out a 23-yard gain. Pretty sure he doesn't design crossing patterns to have the wide receivers run into each other in the middle of the field, thus eliminating your number one and number two read. Pretty sure he doesn't teach his Pro Bowl running back on a leak pattern to turn his shoulders to the inside instead of turning to the outside where he's supposed to go. Let's just be careful about claiming that our head coach, who just a year ago was talked about as being one of the best play designers and best play callers in the National Football League, has suddenly had a stroke or gone absolutely nuts. Finally, I'm old enough to remember way back in 2021 when the Kansas City Chiefs faced two deep zones. And for the first 10 weeks of the season, the greatest quarterback ever born, apparently, had 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions and less than 2,000 yards passing. And they went on to win the Super Bowl. Yes, you can beat two deep coverages, and I'll help you out here. It's called Pella windows and doors. Okay? You can't cover every inch of grass on two deep coverages. There are windows in these two deep coverages that can be utilized on 3- and 5-step drops. And I'm pretty sure that Matt LaFleur, who everybody now wants fired, 12 months after he was considered one of the best play callers and play designers in National Football League, he's going to figure this out. So I'm going to finalize with what I began with, RELAX. Thanks, guys.
Really good call, Ron. I think very measured. I think the parallel to Kansas City and what Mahomes went through during that season is a very good one. I agree. Now, again, there are layers of blame.
I don't know if I'm ready to put Andy Reid in.
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying that you lost. Also, he didn't mention this, but not only are you facing the two deep zone stuff, but now you've lost Tucker Kraft, who would be your Jason or Travis Kelce, and you would like to see him be the guy who's finding those windows and catching the ball. So that's part of the problem here. The thing that he said about LaFleur and about what he did in creating a game plan that won 2 games with Malik Willis at quarterback is a fantastic point too. I don't think he has gone brain dead. I do think, as we talked about earlier, the optics of him over on the sideline with his Fruit Ninja on his tablet was less than ideal. But I don't think so either. But again, there's all kinds of blame to go around here. It is no one on this panel anyway is saying that this is all Matt LaFleur's fault. And Ron is right about some of the examples he gave. At the same time, I do think that Matt LaFleur has 2 timeouts with 1:35-ish left and a critical 4th and less than a yard. You call timeouts at much less opportune times. That is a gotta-have-it play. And you rushed it, and the opponent shouted out the play you were about to run before you ran it.
A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now.
So, in that instance, I think he deserves criticism for not, as he likes to say, popping a timeout. Gotta get that one. Gotta. And his argument was that they still got the ball back. That's only because...
They did.
That's only because, inexplicably, Nick Sirianni went even more brain dead.
No, yeah, he did, but they would have got the ball back with 25 seconds left. They should have punted, but they didn't. So
right.
The timeouts did. Saving the timeout at least gave you a breath.
Right,
and it ended up giving you a lot of breaths because Sirianni was an idiot.
What was the better opportunity, though? Use one of the 2 timeouts there and make sure you get the 4th down. Or
run up and run a quarterback sneak. Run up and run your quarterback sneak. Get your yard moving along.
Better. Certainly that would have been better.
Don't go shotgun, Jason. Don't go shotgun.
I agree. And who called the play?
Okay.
Matt LaFleur did.
That's the better option. I don't have a problem with him not using the timeout there. Go up, run the play, Tom Brady, quarterback sneak it, and move on with your life. But you didn't. And that stuff happens. And so, Ron had a lot of good points there.
He did.
I don't think Matt LaFleur, I don't think this is a RELAX situation either. I think this should be urgent. I think you need urgency, not relaxing. This isn't week 4.
Yeah.
Okay? You have all your divisional opponents coming up that know you better than the Philadelphia Eagles do. And you better get your blank together. And a lot of times, yeah, you want to stay the course and show all that. But there's also other times where it's like, we got to do something. Like, you can't just stand pat and hope. You don't have Tucker Kraft ain't coming through that door. Jaden Reed ain't coming through that door in the next couple weeks. Elton Jenkins ain't coming through that door. So what are you going to do? I don't think you just, relax. It'll all work itself out. I disagree with that. But Matt LaFleur has been a good he's been a good play caller. He still is, but he has not figured it out yet. He has a new formula. He needs the old janitor from Goodwill Hunting to come in and help him. Because right now he's looking at that board and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's got to get that equation figured out.
He needs Matt Damon?
He needs a janitor from Goodwill Hunting to go figure out that equation. Because right now they're stumped. They're guessing. They're hoping. But I don't even remember what that solved. But whatever it was, we don't have it. Do you think we should be in the RELAX era? Or do you think we should be in the we better get moving era?
I would say this. I don't want to speak for Ron. I think Ron's saying we need to RELAX in our killing LaFleur and the other stuff. I don't think there's there's no need for urgency. You're sitting at 5-3-1. You're the number 7 seed. You're playing really bad offensive football. There absolutely has to be urgency to finding solutions. And I would think Ron would agree with that. I think more his RELAX remark, again, not speaking for him, was referring to the questions about, are you coaching for your job and all that other stuff. All right, we need to get to a ton more calls. I need to do a much better job of interrupting from time to time. You need to do a good job of listening to the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio
last
Network.
night.
Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Locked In, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson, takes you inside the team's pursuit of a championship. Hear from the Bucks stars on how competition is building chemistry and fueling another run to win it all. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher.
By the way,
questions.
The Bucks beat up on the Mavs, and guess what happened to old Nico? Good night, Nico. The GM for the Mavs. Bye-bye. Okay. Trading Luka Doncic for nothing. Oh, boy.
He's got Cooper Flag now, though. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest.
All right, we have fallen hopelessly behind. We need to catch up.
Yep.
Let's get back to your calls. 844-770-3776. Packers lose to the Eagles 10-7. Will in L.A. Will, your thoughts? Good morning.
Sorry, I had someone else queued up there. My bad. We're good with Will now.
Sorry, I didn't scroll far enough down. My fault. Hi, Will.
Oh, and Will's not even here. Will's not here. All right,
that's
good
one.
Start.
One down. Let's go to Mike in West Philly. Mike in West Philly. who is not an Eagles fan. Mike, how are things in Philly today?
Well, it's good for them, not for me. Not at all. Guys, let me cook for a little bit.
Okay.
I listened to Mike Daniels give an interview one time, and Tausch, I want you to comment on this.
Okay.
Why don't the Green Bay Packers win dog fights? I understand that the defense played well, but we lost a divisional playoff game to the San Francisco 49ers. It was a dog fight. The 2014 NFC Championship game against the Seahawks, it was a dog fight. Hurts is 4-0 against us, and the last two games have been dog fights. That's not a Matt LaFleur issue. That's not a Jordan Love issue. It's not even an Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy issue. That is a Green Bay Packers issue. And I'm sick of it. Granted, the defense played great, and I love the effort that they gave. But we got to understand that the issue isn't too high. No, the issue is that people know when they play the Green Bay Packers is that if you make it muddy and nasty, they won't come out on top. And I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's what Mike Daniels said, because Mike Daniels said it was cultural. He says they frown upon that type of play style. But guess who plays like that? San Fran? Guess who plays like that? Philadelphia? Guess who plays like that? Detroit? The list goes on and on. Why don't the Green Bay Packers win dog fights? That's my first question. This is my second point, and Tasha, I want you to answer this one too. Jordan Love earned his contract. He earned his contract. I'm not saying that he shouldn't get paid. He shouldn't have got paid. But Tasha, that's all he's done. When you watch Jordan Love play, the IQ is low. I'm sorry to say, and Jordan, I hope you hear this, because you're my dog, and I'm rooting for you, bro. I want nothing but great from you. But the fact is, bro, you're a dumb quarterback. It's second and long. You're launching the ball in the double coverage, and the flat is open. Tausch, you know this. Coaches and everything like that, that's well and dandy. And I'm not letting those guys off the hook. They weren't good. But players win games. When he's in the pocket, he's tripping over himself. Granted, the protection wasn't great. But you're not going to have a whole bunch of Hall of Famers on your offensive line every time. Bro, check the ball down. Hit the dig route that's wide open. Hit it. Jordan Love is not playing like a quarterback who can win a Super Bowl. And if teams are going to say, when we play the Green Bay Packers, if we muddy the waters, they will crumble. All week I heard in my city, this team was soft. And guys, I don't have no response to it. That's a problem.
Can we sound graph a caller?
I don't know. It sounds like we may. So Mike has a couple of points there. And the muddying the waters, listen, Dan Campbell came out and told you, we're going to drag you out to the sea, and we're going to make this thing, we're going to basically, he said, we're going to drown you, is what he said, right? We're going to be tougher. We're going to be in better shape. We're going to do this. As far as the Jordan Love component to this, I disagree with Mike in the fact that I think Jordan wants to and feels like when he gets the play call and an opportunity to take a shot, he does it. Sometimes doesn't care what the coverage is. He does make decisions that make you go, He does. But as far as finding that rhythm, when he gets it, I just look back to the Pittsburgh second half. 20 in a row, he can really cook. But are there times that he tries to force the issue? He does. He's got more Favre in him than he's got Rodgers in him. I don't know if anybody can argue with that. He just does. And when you have that, you're going to get some good and some bad. And unfortunately, when you lose games, those bad plays come back to get you. The problem is you're not seeing the good. Were there any real big plays outside of the PI to Musgrave last night? And then the big play to Watson that got called back? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to have bad decisions and be risky, you have to have some good with it too. But I can't argue a ton with Mike about the muddying the waters. And teams do look at Green Bay, and I don't think they look at it on the defensive side of it anymore. But I do think they look at it and say, we're going to make you be physical with us, because I don't know if you can, and we're going to make you grind it out, because I don't know if you're patient enough, and I don't know if you're disciplined enough to execute long drives. That's what's happened the last couple weeks, and it's worked. And it's going to be done again until you prove that it won't.
Okay, a couple of just quick tidbits. Robert Saleh, I believe in a halftime speech when they were playing the Packers, said something to the effect of, we felt like if we just keep taking them down to deeper water, they'll find out they can't swim. Dan Campbell, with his motivational speech, was we'll tread water as long as it takes to effing bury you. So both are true. And I don't know what the Packers' swimming skills are right now at this point. We need to get some more of your calls. We'll do that coming up on the Carbless Talk and text line 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We will get some more of your calls coming up. Packers lose to the Eagles 10-7. Tausch, I am briefly curious when Mike, who sounded very much like Stephen A. Smith, and I wish I could deliver my opinions as effectively as he just did. When Mike says that, I am very curious. Is that a Matt LaFleur problem? That they are not what he views as what they should be? No, because I think Mike Daniels,
I think Mike got a lot of his thoughts from Mike Daniels, and I'm sure Mike does some radio probably up in the East Coast. Mike Daniels was very upset because Mike played with that edge and had that attitude. And I think he felt like he got muzzled a little bit in Green Bay.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
And he has said that. That's why I feel that way, because he's told me that. So when that is indeed the case, he's going to have an opinion that way. I think Green Bay, if you look at their defense, I don't think anybody is saying anything like that this defense isn't physical and flying around. They've been dynamite in that regard. Now, offensively, I really do think what you've seen is what you're getting, and that's what teams are going to continue to do. And is that a Matt LaFleur problem? Matt LaFleur's got to figure out some answers to it. So until that is the case, heck yeah, it's a Matt LaFleur problem.
I got a nice care package the other day from Iron Jock. Some pretty nice stuff in there. I did.
Yeah, great light hoodies, right? Am I right? Very lightweight hoodies. They got the great Wilde and Tausch Iron Jock hoodie. Man, I've worn about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, stank, bacteria. Want to keep you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. And now Iron Jock is introducing 4 new lightweight hoodies. I got mine in baby blue. These hoodies are world class with cooling, wicking, and 4-way stretch, which are, if you're a little bit bigger, that 4-way stretch makes you feel pretty doggone good. Go to ironjock.com to get your hoodie today. That's ironjock.com.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Looking for a delicious meal without breaking the bank? Cousin Subs has you covered. Our $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub piled high with fresh hand-sliced ingredients, crisp veggies, and all your favorite toppings. Add a bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal's available online or through the Cousins app only. And you can enjoy your meal at home, at work, or delivered straight to your door, hot and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available at participating locations. Offer subject to change.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The green and gold dropped a tough one 10-7 in Week 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Green Bay. Josh Jacobs provided the lone touchdown for the Packers, a 6-yard run late in the fourth quarter, finishing with 62 yards on the ground. Down 3 late in the game, the green and gold had a chance to tie it up, but a Brandon McManus 64-yard field goal missed the mark. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
I've said this many times, you hold good football teams to 10 points, you should win the football game.
The Packers now fall to 5-3-1 on the season and will look to bounce back in Week 11 on the road against the Giants.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We go, and we go north of the border. I'm not even sure I'm prepared for this call. He is a beacon of positivity, a Canadian ray of sunshine. I'm guessing not today. It's Ricardo in Canada. Ricardo, hi. What do you think?
Good morning, boys. How y'all doing today?
How about those Blue Jays?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
God, Jason, you're a jerk.
Yeah, jerk store.
Yeah, that was cold-blooded. But listen, I hear people calling for Matt LaFleur and his job and all this nonsense, but I'm sorry. Yesterday's game was strictly on execution, and enough is enough of this. I heard yesterday the caller said that he silently quit. Listen, if you silently quit, then you in the second quarter don't literally pick out your play sheet and start going through it to find out what the hell you can do. His team was not executing on any level, and this man was literally trying to do anything possible to get them to go. And that doesn't look like a guy who's quitting. That's like a guy who's trying to figure it out. So I'll give him that to his credit. However, his team needs to play better, okay? Over and over again, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were calling out Jordan Love for missing open receivers, by not looking in the right spot, by panicking, over and over again. The Christian Watson, you are here to play the deep ball. That's what you're not here to catch a five yard out, a hitch. You're here to catch long ball. So when you're in double coverage and the quarterback hits in the back of the head with the ball, that's on you. That's not your quarterback. Don't panic. Track the ball. That's your job. Bo Melton, I know you're a quarterback. You played wide receiver for how many years in your life? My man, 4th and 9, the ball hit you in the chest. In the chest. What do we do? Josh Jacobs, you go up to the left flat. You don't look to your right. You look to your left. You catch that. That's 30 yards. Like, what are we doing here? Jordan Love, you're the quarterback. You need to take control of the team. If it's 4th down and everything is rushed and they're calling out, hey, he's going to run right here, to call a timeout. Use it. This is your team. You take ownership of it. That's the problem. It's not Matt LaFleur. This man is literally trying to do anything and everything to pull his team out of the fire. And he's doing like a man. He's taking the bullets. But guess what? His team needs to play better. Get off their asses and play better. Block somebody. Catch the ball. Make a tackle. Do something. You can buy the best ingredients, but if you can't fry an egg, you can't cook. Enough is enough. The players need to play better. Execute. Even the last drive, Christian Watson, he had him. You throw it towards the sideline. That's a 30-yard completion, and you're in field goal territory. No, Jordan Love leads him up the field, and some no-name safety breaks up the pass in the last inning. That's not on the coach. He dials up a great play. That's on the quarterback. Like, come on now. The coach can only do so much. Enough is enough. This is Green Bay. We demand excellence. Enough of this. We expect Hall of Famers. Enough is enough. Thanks, boys.
Wow. First of all, I would like to rescind or maybe take credit for really getting him riled up with that Blue Jays remark, but that was out of line. What a great call. And he had receipts. Like, he pointed out all the things where you would say execution caused the failure of that play. And by the way, I do want to defend Christian Watson in one small way. I texted you guys in our group. Somebody tweeted the video and of the ball that he breaks up with his helmet and says, in retrospect, should Christian Watson have caught this? And the person who responded was not Christian Watson's dad with an explanation as to why Christian did what he did. No, it was Christian Watson who replied with a one-word answer and retweeted it. Didn't just reply to the guy, but put it out for everyone to see. And the one word was, yes. He should have caught it. Instead of defending against the DB and breaking up the pass with his helmet.
Okay, so I agree with a lot of what Ricardo said there. But
I do too.
One of the things that I have to continue to come back to, why did it feel like we were targeting their best corner?
Great
Was it
question.
because Philly knew where the ball was going? Because old boy's a stud. Quinyon, what's his last name?
Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon Mitchell's a stud. He is a great corner. One of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like every throw we made in the big time, he was covering their guy. Whether it was Wicks, Watson, Dobbs. And I'm thinking to myself, typically I like to go away from your best player.
It's a good idea.
I'm not saying he's Deion Sanders or anything like that.
Darrelle Revis.
But I don't remember ever Are we just that predictable that he knows where the ball's going and he's like, all right, I'm going to cover the slot this time. Oh, I'm going to go boundary this time. That to me is coaching. Right? So, yes, the execution part of it, I'm always going to say players need to do it. But how on earth is Quinyon Mitchell breaking up that many passes and in the mix that many times on big plays? That shouldn't happen either. It drove me nuts last night. Oh,
it's still driving you nuts
first off,
now.
you think he gets hurt. Next thing you know, he's making play after play after play, and you're kind of like, yeah, the guy's really good. I don't think they had to go trade for somebody else. Hey, let's maybe go see what that guy's about.
Adore Jackson.
That reminds me of like, oh, you know what? Mike is pretty good, but I think we should put 3 guys on Rashawn Gary and maybe let Mike, we'll maybe chip him with a back. Maybe we'll just leave a back over there on him. It's the same principle. Like, come on now.
Josh Jacobs finished last night with 107 yards from scrimmage. Jordan Love finished 20 of 36 for 176 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, a 68.8 rating. How did that impact your prize picks for the Knights?
No, he stunk last night. I had McManus making a kick. No. Jacobs with a tutter, that was good. And then Watson, if he turns around and catches the ball, I win. He didn't. He blocked. If they had passes defended at 0.5 last night for Watson, OLT would have won big on prize picks, but that was not the case. And you know what? It's still fun. Whether it's football, basketball, or both, prize picks makes every game more exciting. Been playing for a while now, and it's as fun and as simple as it gets. Which players are going to go off? Which ones were overhyped? If you went less on Hurts and you went less on Love and you thought it was going to be a defensive slugfest last night, you probably turned those takes into cash. Simple to play, pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get them right, cash in. You also have injury reboots. If your player leaves in the first half, doesn't return, it won't count as a lost deposit. It's fast, easy, secure with Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI. You get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI for Prize Picks. Prize Picks, it is good
to be right. Quick point from Scotty in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. When Richard Sherman was in his prime, Rodgers wouldn't even throw to that side of the field. I'm not saying that Quinyon Mitchell deserved that type of treatment or that was an effective approach. But that was, they could have at least taken some of that last night. We'll get some more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty-infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The stars glow for you. Go see the world, cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of
All right, much like Matt LaFleur, it starts with me. I botched that series of calls in the last segment. I'm going to try and do better here. Let's go to Will in L.A., who we had some trouble with. That's on me. Starts with me, play caller. Will, Packers lose 10-7 to the Eagles. Your thoughts?
Yes, totally unacceptable. I have 2 quick questions, and then I have a solution or an answer to your solution question.
Oh, Tausch loves solutions, so perfect. I look forward to this.
Yeah, so here goes. The first question is, can we all agree that the Packers traded Aaron Rodgers a year too late?
Yes.
I'll just yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do we think Matt LaFleur is ever going to coach the Packers to a Super Bowl? Because I do not.
I hope he does.
He can't win the muddy games. He doesn't win. He doesn't win them ugly. Doesn't win them ugly. Doesn't know how. Can't do it.
Okay.
Policy should be on the phone to the Giants and the Titans today. We should be getting a first and change for Matt LaFleur. And there's a Super Bowl winning head coach that's out of a job who's sitting in Green Bay right now. Interim coach. None of the other people on the staff have earned interim coach.
We're bringing back Big Mike.
Back.
We'll have
Let's go.
Bring him back.
Wow.
He's not calling the plays. He's managing. He's watching the defense when the defense is out there. That's what he's doing. He's not in a notebook. Because that's what an offensive coordinator does.
I never saw Big Mike do that.
All.
Thanks for the call, Will. Great point. I don't see that as a viable option. But, they did ask for Mike's input when they were thinking about trading for Micah Parsons. So maybe Goody and Policy want to bring him in on an interim basis.
I don't think that the New York Giants or the Tennessee Titans would be giving up a first-round pick for Matt LaFleur. I don't.
Especially not if they
would they hire him? Mm-hmm. I would think they would hire him. And if Matt LaFleur, if Packer fans get their way and they let go of Matt LaFleur, he's not missing a coaching cycle. I can tell you that. He will be hired immediately.
Totally agree. I'm very curious to see how these final, what are we down to, 8 games now, play out. I want to go back to Ron and Sheboygan's call. I refuse to think that Matt LaFleur is that terrible of a coach. I just don't believe that's the case.
He's not a terrible coach. I don't think anybody thinks he's a terrible coach. I think they feel like we've maybe reached our peak with him as the coach. That's where I think Packer fans are.
Yeah. Again, we can get into that further with more of your calls. We want to get to those, so I'll stop talking and ask Tausch to talk about Tito's vodka before we get to the 11 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I needed one after last night's game. And if you're tailgating before the game, watching from the couch, grilling with friends out in that nice cold, all Tito's handmade vodka is always your go-to. Doesn't matter if it's going to be mixed with, it's the fall season. I like a little cranberry in the fall. That's what I like putting in
Blueberry?
there. You put in there what you want to put in there. Tito's, it's all about great drinks, but also giving back in a big way. Partnering with nonprofits, doing real good in the communities all across this country, especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes with more of your calls on the Carbless Talk and Text line. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
The green and gold dropped a tough one, 10-7 in Week 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Green Bay. Josh Jacobs provided the lone touchdown for the Packers, a 6-yard run late in the fourth quarter, finishing with 62 yards on the ground. Down 3 late in the game, the green and gold had a chance to tie it up, but a Brandon McManus 64-yard field goal missed the mark. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
I've said this many times, you hold good football teams to 10 points, you should win the football game.
The Packers now fall to 5-3-1 on the season and will look to bounce back in Week 11 on the road against the Giants.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins the way we have been going. 9 callers, 51 minutes.
Easy.
Let's get to it. Let's go down to Dallas. Talk to J-Mon. J-Mon, thanks for holding on, buddy. Good morning. Your feelings, Packers lose 10-7 to the Eagles.
Good morning, guys. I don't feel too shabby about it. It's a defending Super Bowl champs. I think it was a good game. One of my positives today is the defense. Being able to slow down the Eagles' offense. kind of keep them guys in the standstill. Carrington Valentine, I think he's throwing the challenge Keyshawn Nixon for his number one position, his CB1 position, if you like to call it. Not my only, actually. The negatives, a lot of people talking about Matt LaFleur. I don't think he's played a bad game. Kind of like a few callers today. It's time for the guys on the field to start looking at themselves. I mean, a bunch of boneheaded mistakes, flags, guys not lining up the way they're supposed to do. None of that has to do with Matt. I mean, Matt makes a few questionable calls, of course. But, I mean, the guys have to still start making better plays. I mean, this is 2 weeks straight, and DBs are dropping back, and Jordan Love is still forcing the ball downfield to him. I mean, dink and dunk if you have to. You have guys like Josh Jacobs, who made a boneheaded mistake yesterday, not rolling out to the flat. But then you have guys like Josh Jacobs. You have guys like Luke Musgrave. Give these guys the ball. You don't have to wait till the play develop, and then our line is doing too good. So then once you wait till the play develop, the guy's not protecting long enough. Now Jordan Love is scrambling. Now we're playing backyard football, and Jordan Love has to throw a play downfield, and hopefully it doesn't get picked. It's not a good recipe to win a football game. Just guys have to just clean it up. Just a bunch of mistakes that they caused on themselves. But like Matt LaFleur called a good game. It's the Eagles. This is a Super Bowl team. So, you're not expecting. A lot of guys was expecting Green Bay to come in and score 28 points, 30 points. No. This is an Eagles defense who won the Super Bowl last year. And then it's the Eagles we lost to. So everybody calm down. Let's prepare for the Giants next week. Start 1-0. Go, Pack, go.
Jamon, the ray of sunshine in our calls. That's 2 of them we've had today. We'll see if we
maybe
get
not
any
score
more.
28, but you can't score 7 either.
Right.
And,
That's
Matt
exactly
LaFleur.
what I
This
was
isn't all on Matt LaFleur, but it is his offense, and he's the head coach of the team. So the onus falls on him. The offensive line did not play well. Jordan Love, I don't know what is going on, but he's taking sacks, and it just there's something off. There's something off, and they got to figure it out. The protection breaks down. Everything just seems too predictable, and that's why I brought up the Quinyon Mitchell because, I know in our little group text, it's like, yeah, it seems like he was covering the guy that was targeted. Well, how the hell does he know who's getting targeted? If he knows every time somebody's getting targeted,
how does he know where we're going?
We're going the wrong way. We are going the wrong way on offense, and Quinyon Mitchell was the guy that helped do it. Yeah, so I get what Jamon's saying. I am not in panic city like this thing's over. I'm not. But I am saying our offense needs to pick it up, and if our offense stays as is, we're going to be scrapping to be a 7 seed. That's all.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Beep, beep. Let's get more of your calls. Let's go to Andy in Waukesha. Andy, thanks for holding on. Good morning. Your thoughts as the Packers lose to the Eagles?
Good morning, Jason. My call is going to be directed to you, and I think at the end of the call, you'll understand why it's directed to you.
Oh, dear.
Now, Matt LaFleur is taking a lot of heat, and deservedly so, but I want to review who it is that is principally responsible for the poor play of the offensive line this season. First, at center. Back in 2021, the consensus top center in that draft was a guy that Sports Illustrated, in its recent 2025 midseason All-Pro Team article, called perhaps the best overall lineman in the NFL, the
Creed
Chiefs'
Humphrey.
Creed Humphrey. And someone decided to take Josh Myers 1 pick before Humphrey. Then, after 4 years of mediocre play by Myers in Green Bay, someone let him walk for peanuts this offseason, and that same someone declared that longtime but fading left guard Elton Jenkins was a capable replacement at center. And then we all got to see Elton. Elton was not really a center, or at least not a very good center, before he unfortunately broke his leg last night. At left tackle, we have an at best mediocre former 7th-round pick who will not even be in Green Bay next season, and yet he is still somehow better than the guy someone took in round 1 of the 2024 draft. A first-round pick who now masquerades none too well as a right guard. And then at left guard, someone this past offseason decided to pay a guy, the 49ers, an organization that tends to know personnel pretty well, the 49ers considered to be injury-plagued and not very good. He signed him to a huge free agent deal. So let me ask you, Jason, is it Matt LaFleur, who, again, deserves a lot of the blame for what's going on, who is responsible for having a below-average left tackle, an overpaid and not very effective and injury-prone left guard, a former first-round pick who announced he is not a guard and plays like right guard like he is not a guard, and a complete dumpster fire at center? Or is it maybe that mysterious someone who is responsible for the utter cluster along the offensive line? I'll hang up and listen to hear what you have to say about that someone.
Zach Tom is a really good right tackle. I feel like this was not direct. This was not really directed at me.
This was passive-aggressive City USA by Old Boy.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So go ahead, Jason. Tell us all your offensive line knowledge, Jason. No, let's hear it. I mean, Andy wants you to tell him about how bad the offensive line is, how much Goody sucks. That's what Andy wants.
Yeah, all he wanted me to do was to answer his question on who made those decisions, and the answer to that question is Brian J. Gutekunst.
Yep.
That is true. I would just say that I think all the criticism of LaFleur, I think there's criticism to be levied in a lot of directions. And I think Andy's point about the offensive line is certainly a fair one. They have not made Sean Ryan as a third-round pick, who they have spent the last 4 years basically trying not to play, right?
Yep.
At every turn, they don't want him to play. Zach Tom has been a very good fourth-round pick. Played through a torn pec last year, has played now with this oblique, sports hernia, whatever you want to, adductor, whatever you want to call it, injury. And on top of that, now playing with a back issue, but still playing pretty well. I have not looked at last night's game a second time. I don't know how he fared against Jalen Phillips and whoever else that he faced. But I think it's a fair criticism of the offensive line. I think it's a fair criticism, just as we praised Goody up and down, including me, to his face, calling them grand slam, not home run signings of Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, to say that they're not in a great place at corner, and yet their defense is playing at a very high level nevertheless. He made a bold move to go get Micah Parsons. That is a bold thing to have done. And frankly, for a guy who always says he wants to be in every conversation, a lot of times the conversations don't lead to actual acquisitions, and that one did. So he deserves credit for taking a huge swing, whether or not he was pushed to do so by the new team president. I'm not here to kill Brian Gutekunst for where this team is at either. All I am saying, and all I was saying last night to my colleagues, was while we're all asking Matt LaFleur if he's coaching for his job, there has to be some accountability for the general manager and for the players who are not executing. Now, you can't fire all the players, and I think this feels like if they were to make a change after the season with whatever happens, that it's more likely that the GM gets to stick around and the coach doesn't. I'm just saying maybe we have overestimated just how good all these wide receivers we're talking about are. You drafted Luke Musgrave in the second round after he played 2 games in his final season at Oregon State. Are you going to tell me that it's unrealistic on the play before the cluster of a 4th and short to expect him to elude or run over the tackler to get the first down on that 9-yard gain? I'll tell you who gets that first down. Tucker Kraft gets that first down. He didn't. And it's fair to expect him to, right? He's not injured anymore. You want to look at his track record, the time he missed with the lacerated kidney, the ankle injury last year. He's healthy now. This is his big opportunity. That is a huge play. He did not make a move to make the guy miss. He did not run through the guy. He was stopped a yard short, and then they failed on 4th down with a chance to go tie or win the game. So I think we have to at least consider the possibility that we have overrated a bunch of players that we think are great who are contributing to the issues that this team has currently. Fair?
Sure.
Let's get to another call. On the carbless talk and text line. Let's go to Chef Jason, who's cooking in Hales Corners. Chef Jason, good morning. How are you?
Outstanding, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call. Long-time listener, and yesterday was one poison pill hard to swallow there.
Oh, good line.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. I mean, that was horrendous. You had a caller earlier, Ron, and he liked to use he used the word relax. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to say URGENCY, 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 urgency. The Green Bay defense played very well. To go up against a Super Bowl champion like they did and to hold them to 0 points in the first half, I was shocked. I thought for sure we were going to get steamrolled in the first half, but we didn't. So with that, my question to you guys is this. Did it look like Matt LaFleur was panicking when he went to the tablet? Because the way I read it is like, if I'm a player on the sideline and I see my coach go over the side and he's sitting there and his head's down, he's writing stuff down on this thing, trying to make adjustments right there and then, I'm thinking at that point, we're in trouble. There's a panic going on with my coach. What's going on? And I did check. Yeah, we'd be the 7th seed right now. And
it would.
That wouldn't be good. And then two more things. Matt LaFleur is always saying, it's on me, it's on me. Well, it's also on the guys that are sitting on the field. They're the ones that are making the plays, doing the things. But at some point you have to ask yourself, how well is the playbook designed for them to actually execute? Because it always seems to me like at the last 2 minutes, they're going, oh my gosh, we got to score points. Score points. And
so, Jason, I'm intrigued by this because this is something that Tausch and I have talked about before, and as a long-term listener, I'm sure you've heard it, and thanks for the call. Does it feel like Matt LaFleur is panicky in critical moments? I would say yes. It does feel that way, at least of late. Is that a fair criticism?
Yeah. Oh, you're asking him. Okay. Good.
No, I'm asking you.
Sure.
I'm asking you. Yeah, I said thanks.
Oh, Jesse pulled it back up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I've said this for years. My biggest complaint is that he gets so riled up and he wants it so bad. And I love his passion. Love his passion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But as a coach, everybody's watching you. You do set the tone. And it just wasn't a good look last night that he's sitting there and there's a bunch of GIFs and memes and everything else. It makes you think that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Like he's trying to draw it up and figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's a bad sign, and it doesn't instill a ton of confidence in your team. It doesn't.
All right, we'll get to more of your calls coming up. I don't know what we're down to, but we got a ways to go. We will hurry, and hopefully everyone can keep things a little tighter. Like I will try to keep tight this amazing experience opportunity that we've got for you to take in a game day like never before. You can win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th. This will include reservations at the Tundra Trio, Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination. 3 luxurious homes, steps from the stadium, featuring gourmet food, premium drinks, all thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. You can enter to win right now, and we have confirmed the website now. ESPNWisconsin.com is back, baby. It's back.
Nice.
Nothing hits like the bold, cold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. So enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next trip to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitation. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935, 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply as 11/30/2025.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We're young, dumb, and wild and free. When I close my eyes, I can see you in my sweatshirt. Dancing around that college bar these days. I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories forever.
Let's get some more calls now. Let's keep going. Let's go to Milwaukee. And Chris in a car. Chris, Packers lose 10-7 to the defending Super Bowl champs your thoughts.
Well, I think a lot of people have hit the main points about it's not just the coach, it's a lack of execution. Seems like every time they got past the 50-yard line, either there's a penalty, there's a turnover, they miss receivers, but there doesn't seem to be any rhythm to the offense. And I'm just wondering, do they ever think about going no huddle just to see if they can get a rhythm going? You get some plays, some quick plays, don't let the defense set up right away. And then also, I don't know about anybody else, but trying a 64-yard field goal in that game, they would have been better off, in my view, to just try a Hail Mary, because there's a guy coming off being injured. He's not going to make a 64-yard field goal. Thanks for the call, and one last thing, I want to wish all my fellow veterans happy Veterans Day. Thanks for your service.
Absolutely.
Love your show, guys. Take care.
Yeah, awesome call, Chris. Absolutely. And again, for those of you that have joined our show after we've explained this the many times we have, we are extremely thankful for our veterans. Our whole point of our thank you for your service, for menial tasks that are done by the three knuckleheads on this program, is to point out what real service is, and it's sarcastic about what our service is. But thank you for your service on this Veterans Day, and thank you for the call. Chris, let's take this opportunity, Tausch, to talk about the kicking situation. So I think Chris's point was, and I agree with him, they have, like, I thought they were going to get called for a penalty.
They should have.
Because
you can't do what they did.
Right. They kicked the ball. The timeout had been, it was not as if they were in the action of snapping the ball. Snapped
Matter
it anyway.
of fact, the ref walked over to try to stop. He almost blocked the kick. The ref did.
So they wanted to see
that
how
other
close...
one where the ref almost got punched in the face when the old boy was celebrating?
Yeah. That I did
what
not
happens?
See.
What happens? Because he wasn't obviously trying to put. He was excited. Is it the ref? The ref got to get out of the way, because it wasn't as if he made a big play and he did his whole celebration. And that ref, if he doesn't duck, he got punched in the face. And I would think they'd penalize him, but they shouldn't.
I think if it's inadvertent, they'd probably go to New York and have an expedited review. I want to get to this kicking thing. So He comes up about 5 yards short. It was online, but on the kick he shouldn't have been kicking. He comes up 5 yards short. And what do they decide? Let's try it again. As opposed to saying, okay, he doesn't have the leg for this. We got to go Hail Mary. Now, they do try with their 5 seconds to throw a quick out route.
Yeah, they ran a really good play in between those attempts.
Totally didn't work. Yeah. So then you got to go. I thought, okay, they'll leave the offense out there. They'll give the Hail Mary a shot. No, here comes Brandon McManus. And his second attempt was closer to the pylon than it was to the uprights. So... yeah, and I said this, and I wasn't joking. Like, I would have liked to have seen if Lucas Havrisik makes that. Now, his 61-yarder was indoors in Arizona in tropical conditions. So do I think he makes the 64-yarder? Probably not. Probably
not. It's going to be worse than that.
But
it's not going to be worse than that.
So... what do you make of what's going on here? Because, again, if he's not healthy, why are you letting him continue to kick?
I don't know. I'd love someone to get to the bottom of this, because this whole week leading up to it, it was a total cluster in the fact that
LaFleur called it a competitive situation, and then his special teams coordinator proclaimed that McManus was the kicker 24 hours later.
Yeah, this whole thing's been butchered, and I think it's been butchered because McManus rushed to get back because Havrisik was kicking awesome. And kickers, they have to be insecure, because they should be, because these jobs, they move around, right? And McManus missed some time for off-the-field stuff, and I think he obviously feels at home in Green Bay and was very confident. Then Havrisik breaks the record. He's making every kick. And so I don't know what the hell is going on. But what I do know is they should have put him on IR 3 weeks ago, let him get healthy so that he could kick in the stretch run. They have a guy they trust. He's done good. He's not a proven commodity yet, but I certainly would have felt better with Havrasik last night trying. And the fact that they didn't even think about kicking a 57 and a 59-yarder.
Right.
And it was 4th down. And I know I said last night, this isn't the old days like when I was playing and anything over 52 yards, you were like, it was a crapshoot.
Yep.
It's changed. The kicking balls are better. The kickers are better. And I know it was cold last night.
It was.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But kickers are now expected to be able to make kicks 55-plus. Now, I know that was a little bit out, but they didn't even blink to think. 4th and 9 in a game you can't score a point?
Yep.
You don't even trust that you can kick, but then you're going to put them out there with 64. Someone needs to ask, because Aikman on the broadcast said he talked to McManus, and McManus told me he hadn't been healthy for a couple weeks. And Matt LaFleur says, well, I don't talk to kickers. Well, maybe somebody should.
Well,
because this whole scenario, if Havrasik is kicking last night, I'm not saying he's going to make the 64-yarder. I don't know, but I know this.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to yank it and miss by 35 yards. That I know.
I agree.
The 64-yarder isn't the one that everyone's concerned about. It's those other two that they didn't even think about.
They didn't even think about.
They didn't
Right,
even blink
exactly.
to try.
I asked Bill Huber, who was there for warm-ups while I was doing Green Bay game day at the Tundra Trio. He said he watched McManus, and he kicked a 55-yarder in warm-ups in the direction those kicks would have gone, and he was short on that. So they just, you know what they do, Tausch? They decide the line, and they decided 57 and 59 were too far, so they were in no man's land. Now, again, is that the case
But then
with
they
Lucas?
kicked it from 64. Yeah.
Well, that right, and I don't get that either. But if is that the case if Havrasik's the kicker? And here's my issue with your point. Here's my issue with your point about him talking to Aikman. Are you telling Matt LaFleur that you haven't been that you're not healthy? Like, that's great that you're talking to Troy Aikman, Brandon. But do you have the gumption and the confidence in yourself to say, look, you guys, you need to shut me down. It's not getting any better. But he doesn't want that. So I don't know what he was trying to tell Troy Aikman. I assume it was an explanation for why he hasn't kicked as well. Right? Because I don't see him volunteering to say, hey, I'm not healthy. Let the kid kick until I'm 100% in my quad, in my kicking leg. Is that not reasonable?
It's completely reasonable. I don't understand it. I haven't understood this scenario for 2 or 3 weeks. It didn't make any sense at the time. He struggled. Put him on IR. Let him rest. Let him regroup. You get a roster spot back. Maybe you could get a wide receiver so you don't have to play your defensive back at wide receiver. You could elevate somebody. So none of it makes any sense. I don't know. None of it makes any sense.
No, definitely not. All right, we need to get some more of your calls. Jesse, how many do we have left in our final 23 minutes?
4 to go. We can do it.
All right, you want to do one more here, or you want to break? I'm leaving it up to you.
Let's do one more here.
One more here.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the beautiful city of Sun Prairie, home to 2/3 of this here program. And let's talk to Ben. Ben, good morning. Thanks for holding on. Packers lose 10-7 to the Eagles. Your thoughts?
I'm not a real big hot take guy, and so when people bring up firing Matt LaFleur, it's just silly to me. Another hot take that was last year, Malik Willis is a better quarterback than Jordan Love. And the more I started listening to the calls today, the more I'm thinking, is Malik Willis the type of quarterback that Matt LaFleur wants? Because if you remember after those games, Matt LaFleur was he lit up. It was like the person that just saw his offense run the right way, or the way that he wanted to be for the first time. And is that just the style that he wants? Because I think we've seen Jordan Love be a great quarterback, and I don't know that he's a great fit for what Matt LaFleur wants to do with it. I know Tausch was saying Brett Favre, or he's more Brett Favre than Aaron Rodgers. Well, when Brett Favre would go out there and throw an interception, you think they were running the ball with him on green the next 6 plays? Because I think he's going to go out there and just gunsling it again. And I think that that might be what we need to do. And another point with Matt LaFleur is when he gets into these tight situations and they have to be throwing the ball like that, is that just not what his offense is designed to do? Like, I think that's what Jordan Love is designed to do, but is it maybe Matt LaFleur is just not, like, that's just not what he wants to be doing with his game plan, and when he's forced into those situations, he gets uncomfortable. I'll let you guys talk when I get going, but I love you guys.
Thanks, Ben.
I love you guys.
So I want to try and wrap my head around this. Basically, Malik Willis is vastly more limited as a thrower of the football, so they can streamline the game planning to be even more run heavy, and he will do the paint by numbers. Remember when I did that amazing graphic of Bob Ross painting the Jordan Love, and I asked him, and he didn't know who Bob Ross was because he's young and I'm not. I don't necessarily agree with his premise or agree with his opinion there, Tausch, but Ben, I do wonder if Matt LaFleur kind of views it as, I just do exactly what the play calls for you to do. I had Aaron Rodgers for a while, and he made me look really good by doing whatever he wanted to do instead of what I told him to do. I just want you to do what I want you to do. And then on occasion, when that's not available, then make something happen. What do you make of Ben's take?
Guys, stop it. No, let's stop it. This is a road that does not. This is a road that's closed, and it's a. Not going to say it's a dumb take because I understand where Ben's coming from, but let's stop. Like this
Wait a minute. No one here, and including Ben, is saying that they should play Malik Willis instead. What he just said. No. What I think it makes a good jumping off point for is Jordan Love playing the way that Matt LaFleur wants him to? Is Matt LaFleur not putting enough faith in him to allow him to play the way he plays best? It goes back to everything we talked about let it rip. And that was when things changed, when they stunk offensively in the first 8 games. Is Matt LaFleur holding on too tightly to the reins with his quarterback because he'd rather have a guy like Malik Willis who just does what he damn well wants him to do? I think that's why I found it interesting.
Jesse, I want to make sure I heard this right. Ben threw a hot take out that he thinks Malik Willis fits better. Did I mishear what he said?
No, you did a little bit.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I misheard what he said. What I will say is the reason Matt LaFleur was so excited was because he did get to do it his way, and he got to show how great of a coach he was at that point because the dude was in your building 15 days, and you just won 2 games with him running it. It wasn't because this is how I want to run my offense. This is how I was able to adjust and showcase free of the Aaron Rodgers storylines and the Jordan. I was able to show that I'm a blank and dang good coach because I was able to win games with Malik Willis. It wasn't, I want Malik Willis doing this because he's limited what he can do. And that's why I want to say stop. Because narratives get spun and, well, we'd be better off with Malik Willis running the show for 17 weeks. No, we wouldn't.
Nobody agrees with that.
That's what I apologize to Ben. That is how I heard, and then you kind of jumped on, and that's when I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, no one agrees with that. But I am very intrigued by the mentality and the approach between the quarterback and the coach, the play calling, what you trust them to do, what you don't. That is, and I don't know the answer to that. It's one of the things that I'm very curious about, and I don't know how to get the answer. I thought you might say we should
bring Tim Tebow in. I was not very nervous you were going to go to Tim Tebow.
I think we should bring in David Gruber. He gets things done. Gruber Offices, one call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to the website gruber-law.com. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance.
UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single-game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
We're hustling to the line. Let's go to Jay in Alabama. Maybe it's Jay Barker.
Zone right! Zone right! Zone right!
Jay Barker, former Alabama quarterback. Jay, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Show's been cutting in and out a lot. I hope you guys can hear me. But I wasn't even going to call in today. I wasn't really, surprised or real frustrated with what I saw last night. Unfortunately, a little bit of what I expected. But Ron and Sheboygan called and used the RELAX. He made some really good points, that LaFleur is not drawing up plays where receivers are covering up tight ends. He's not drawing up plays where wide receivers are running into each other over the middle. But those things happen, and they happen to poorly coached teams. There's not a coach in America at any level that draws those things up. It's those teams that have poor coaches that allow those things to happen, that don't fix those things before the games get there, that have those issues. And Tausch did make a point, and it wasn't necessarily what he was saying. I think he was saying what he thinks Packer fans believe is, yeah, we've sort of hit our peak with LaFleur. It's where we've been the last couple of years, and it's basically where we're at right now. We're going to fight our butt off to be the 6 or 7 seed, be a one and done, and that's sort of where we're at. I don't think that's good enough. There's 32 NFL head coaching jobs in the world, so there's 32 men at a time that are worthy enough to be the alpha male, to be the leader of all leaders. And unfortunately, I just don't think that LaFleur has shown the ability to do that.
So this is a good call. We have a time crunch, Jay, so we appreciate it. The question I want to ask Tausch off of that is it possible that he is still a very good coach and it's just time for something different? Mike Holmgren coached 7 years in Green Bay. Is it just time? Like, is there a shelf life in your mind?
I always feel like, I don't remember who said 10 years. If you're constantly improving and you get to the pinnacle, I think there's all right, well, we've done it. Let's do it again. So Mike McCarthy went a long time. I do think you can end up with hearing the same things, and if you keep doing the same things over and over, there is a lack of belief. I don't think they're there. I still think that there's room here, but it's a different team. There's a different core than when Matt started, and they're building. But you can't regress. When you're doing this, you need to improve. They improved last year, although they didn't playoff-wise, they did. This year I thought they'd improve more, win the division, and get positioned. And if you don't win the championship, you're at least building. If you feel like you're regressing, that's when you start taking a look to see, is this the guy we want moving forward?
Let's get to one more call before the break. Let's go to Janice in Las Vegas, not Jeff Janice. Janice, good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
We're
I get
good.
to talk to my icons again, so I'm excited.
We appreciate that. I need you to be brief, though, Janice.
Okay, so very quick. Couple things. LaFleur's doing some bad time management in the 3 losses, and he just doesn't seem to be able to. I think he gets nervous. I think he overthinks things. He wants to out-scheme people instead of just play straight up, outplay them.
I agree.
I think he's chasing the big play too often. He says it in his press conferences. You got to have explosives. Well, you don't need to chase explosives. They'll happen if you, just like they did with the Eagles on a couple plays. You don't have to keep throwing it down 50 yards, 60 yards. And if he thinks they have to chase explosive, then Jordan's going to think the same way. And he's going to try to do that.
Awesome.
And I'll leave it brief. I got lots more, but I know you guys got to go.
I know you do. Hey, that's not you. That's me. It's not you. It's me. My time management. Thanks for the call, Janice. All right, last chance. Let's go to Joe in Atlanta. Joe, I'm sorry I didn't leave you more time. Run a quick 27-second drill so you can set up a 64-yard field goal.
I don't want to get started on the kicking situation because, Tausch, I agreed with you. Last night, I was getting really pissed off at Homer on the postgame show when you guys were going back and forth on the kicker thing. That was really annoying me. They just botched the whole kicker thing. But
me too.
Micah said after the Detroit game, give us 20 and we'll get you the win. Maybe Micah should have said, hey, just give us 10 and we'll get you the win. Look, this defense has been awesome. This defense has been fantastic, okay? And my issue has been the lack of awareness and attention to detail on the offensive side of the ball. It has been absolutely pathetic. The screenplay is a perfect example of that. It was a perfect play call. I don't know what Josh Jacobs was doing. Does Matt LaFleur drop passes? No, he's not the one dropping passes, okay? But I'll give you something else, too. You got illegal formations happening that falls on coaching and it falls on the players, okay? But, Tausch, I tagged you on Twitter on a play on the All-22 that I had seen. It wasn't my report, it was someone else's, but there was 27 seconds left in the game. And it was when Jordan Love threw the deep pass to Watson. Now, first off, the pass was terrible. He throws that a tiny bit outside. Watson catches it and probably scores, okay? But he had plenty of time on that play, okay? Plenty of time. That play was designed. Wicks ran in motion, and you could tell the play was specifically designed as Wicks as one of the primary reads. He runs about a 15-yard dig route. He is screening wide open. Nobody around him. And you could see Love sees him. So that's part of the awareness issue that I have. Love throws it to Wicks in that spot, and because I saw it during the game too. He throws it to Wicks. Wicks is scoring. The game's over. Green Bay wins. Okay. There is something broken right now with this offense, and it's the attention to detail and the awareness, like I said. And I'm sorry to repeat that, but it is so frustrating to watch because you got the defense playing on an elite level, a super caliber.
Joe,
how long have we wanted a super caliber defense?
Yeah, it's been a while. Joe,
that's here.
Call back tomorrow and finish your thought. 844-770-3776. We got to wrap things up. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 35% off your Iron Jock gear and a free Iron Jock hat. Use code CAP35. That's CAP35 for 35% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and when it comes to my home, I want a team that I can trust, and that's Lifetime Home Services. From cleaner air and radon safety to custom closets and electrical work, they do it all under one roof. What I'm most excited about right now is their epoxy floors. They make your garage clean, durable, and organized, with shelving and storage to get everything off the floor. For over 30 years, families have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solution, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean-grain, certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
This season, the Bucs are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, narrated by Bucs legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucs on the Bucs Plus audio network. Behind the Bucs is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Shop the Pig! The new Piggly Wiggly Pig Points program is here, and earning rewards just got easier. Now you'll earn 10 Pig Points for every $1 you spend, and redeem those points on your favorite products right in the store. It's simple, it's rewarding, and it's all right here at your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly. So shop more, earn more, and save more, only at Piggly Wiggly. Sign up today at shopthepig.com.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Tausch, you get the final word, and I mean one word.
Free Haversick.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Want your brand to turn heads and win?